Princess Leonor reveals her plans to marry Prince Christian this September. She's a future queen. Her crown is waiting. Her life has been duty, tradition, sacrifice. But this September, everything changes. Because Princess Leonor has revealed her plans. Not for politics. Not for the throne. But for love. For her marriage. And to the world's shock, she has chosen September. The Spanish monarchy has always been a fortress of secrecy, of protocol, of carefully measured steps. Every word, every gesture, rehearsed under the weight of history. But in a stunning revelation, Princess Leonor, heir to the Spanish throne, has let the world glimpse her heart. This September, she is preparing not just for her royal duties, not just for the crown that awaits her, but for something far more personal, her marriage to Prince Christian of Denmark. And the timing, that is what has left the world in shock. September was never supposed to be the month. It was supposed to be years away, after Leonor had completed her military training, after she had walked more years in her father King Philippe's shadow. Yet here we are. The news has broken. The plans are real. And the palace can no longer hide what love has already made clear. But how did this come about? How did the girl born on October 31, 2005, in Madrid, Spain's first female heir in modern history, arrive at this point, revealing her most intimate plans to marry, and to do it so soon? To understand, we must look not only at Leonor's path, but at the extraordinary love that has carried her here. From the beginning, Leonor's childhood was unlike any other. Every step marked by royal training, every smile captured by the press. She was educated at Santa Maria de las Rosales in Madrid, a school chosen for discretion but also rigor. From there, she grew into the public eye, speaking her first public words as heir at just 13. The world watched her transform from a shy girl into a poised young woman. But behind the scenes, her life was more than study, more than ceremony. There were moments, brief, hidden, from the cameras, where she laughed, where she dreamed, where she longed for something real. And that something, or rather, that someone, came in the form of Prince Christian of Denmark. Their paths crossed not through fairy tale coincidence, but through the inevitable web of royal duties. Gatherings of monarchs, family ties, state ceremonies. What began as polite smiles became conversations. Conversations became friendship. And friendship, slowly but inevitably, became love. Leonor was cautious at first. She had been raised to guard her heart, to always put the crown first. Christian, however, was patient. He saw the girl, not the title. He saw Leonor, not just Spain's future queen. And over the years, their bond grew. Hidden glances during state dinners. Quiet laughter in corners of palaces where cameras could not follow. Support during difficult moments. And most importantly, an unwavering understanding that they were both heirs, both bound by duty, but both longing to live as more than just symbols. So why September? Later in this video, you'll see the exact reasons why Leonor and Christian have chosen this moment, why the month of September carries not only symbolism, but also freedom. But before we arrive there, let us pause in a moment the world cannot forget, the moment Leonor revealed her heart. It was not in a grand speech. It was not a press conference. It was a subtle admission, carefully woven into her words during a private gathering, words that quickly reached beyond the walls of the palace. She spoke of the future not just in terms of Spain, but in terms of love. And for the first time, she allowed September to slip into her plans. The Spanish people were stunned. Some cheered, seeing their future queen embracing her humanity. Others worried, was she moving too fast? Would marriage complicate her role? Would the monarchy appear fragile at a time when stability was needed most? But then came the images. Leonor and Christian, standing side by side. His hand brushing hers, her smile softening, her eyes glowing with something unmistakable. This was not politics. This was love. And it was stronger than centuries of tradition. King Felipe felt the tension deeply. As a father, he wanted Leonor's happiness. As a king, he feared the consequences of her early marriage. Yet even he could not deny the truth. He had walked the path of love himself, marrying Queen Letizia not because of protocol, but because of devotion. He saw the same fire in Leonor's eyes, the same determination to choose her heart. Queen Letizia, ever the protector of her daughters, stood quietly at her side. She had raised Leonor to be strong, independent, capable of leading a nation. But she had also raised her to love fiercely, to protect her own happiness. Letizia knew this moment was inevitable. And she knew her daughter was ready. And then there was Infanta Sofia, Leonor's younger sister. While Leonor carried the weight of Spain, Sofia carried her sister's secrets. She had watched Leonor and Christian grow closer, had been confidant to whispered dreams, and now, she was the silent supporter in the background. So what does September mean? It is not just a date. It is a declaration. A declaration that Leonor is ready to embrace both sides of her destiny, the queen who will lead Spain, and the woman who will love as she chooses. Later in this story, you'll discover the hidden preparations already underway in Madrid and Copenhagen, the meetings, the designs, the whispered guest lists. But before that, we must remember something crucial. Leonor is not breaking tradition for the sake of rebellion. She is reshaping tradition to fit her humanity. Leonor's military training at Zaragoza and how it tested her resilience. Christian's public appearances and how his support has never wavered. The deep contrast between royal duty and private desire. Tension inside Zarzuela Palace as staff scrambled to respond to Leonor's reveal. The symbolic power of September in Spanish history, and why this month matters. Tender moments between Leonor and Christian that the press captured but never understood fully. Emotional reactions across Spain and Denmark, support, doubt, and celebration. Speculation about the wedding itself, location, traditions, and how it will merge two monarchies into one story of love. And so, as September approaches, the world waits. Not just for a royal wedding, not just for a spectacle of crowns and jewels, but for a love story that has defied protocol, defied distance, and defied doubt. Princess Leonor has revealed her plans. She has chosen her moment. And as she walks toward that September day, one truth shines brighter than any crown. She is not just the future Queen of Spain. She is Leonor, and she is in love.